I'm an untrained artist as well. And my art comes from intuitively, and it doesn't come from any training. It's just a feeling that I have. And in fact, when I paint, it's always a process. I never know what it's going to look like when it's finished. I start it, and then it just keeps going. And angels appear in my paintings that I didn't put there.
Yeah.
Figures, realistic figures, people and animals appear that I don't have the technical skills to paint or draw myself. But they are there, and I'm not the only one who sees them. It's not like I imagine it. They are truly there.
Yeah.
And often, sometimes it's months or years before I even notice certain figures or of animals or people or angels. And sometimes I don't even see it. There's one painting that I did, and I thought it was a tree of life, which it is. And then a friend of mine about 4 months ago said, "Do you see the angel in there?" And the wings. And after she said it, it was very clear, and other people see it now too. I just say, "Do you see the angel?" And they say, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And so there are different levels, just like some people can tell a story on different levels.
Yeah.
My paintings can be seen on different levels, and different people see different things in them, and at different times in my growth, I see different things. And it's because the eye is interacting with my soul and the information that I need. And that really brings us back to the past life and regressions, and that is that people get the information that they need at the moment.
At the moment they need it.
Exactly. It doesn't overpower them or flood them or give them awful feelings or, what am I going to do with this? It's you only get what you can handle and what's important at that moment. And also the person always has control. They can just open their eyes anytime they want to and say this is over.
Yeah.
And it's over. It's not a big deal. So if somebody is not wanting to continue the session for whatever reason, then they stop. I haven't had that happen, but it could.
Yeah.
And it's important for people to know that they do have that power, that it's not like they're helpless and can't move or think or whatever. They're always aware of what they're saying and of what's going on, and they can move to another scene or they can shut it down completely if it's not feeling good.
And we're also, I just want to say, I don't feel like we're disempowering ourselves by saying that we may have learned this technique in another life, or we're denying our own abilities or artistic self for looking for reasons as to why we could be the amazing people that we are. We're amazing. We're not trying to blame it or explain it away on other past lives. And in fact, sometimes the less I know, I'm okay. And then when I need moments of knowledge, I'm okay with that too. But we're not saying that it's all because of something else. You are an amazing artist. I am an amazing artist. We know other amazing people. It's just interesting that that technique is available. And what it's done for me is when I do things, whether it's what I'm doing right now, or which I consider to be creative and artistic, or business, which I feel like is a very creative, artistic adventure. Everything I do is very creative. I sometimes have to let go of what I'm thinking and just get into the flow. And when I'm in that flow, the ascended masters or Jesus or Buddha or the Pope or whoever, they all hang out, and they're like, here's a tool, or here's something that you need. And I let it go, and I just do whatever I'm doing. And then later on I look at it in reflection, and I'm like, how did I do that? Not to disempower myself, but with perspective, I see more in there than I ever thought there was. Or, like you're saying, someone else will look, whether it's a relationship, look about you, you're making progress, or it's a picture, and I see all this stuff in it. There are things we're doing and creating that are on other levels that we can't and we don't consciously understand. but it's there for us.
I agree with you 100%. And actually, I find it empowering because the work that I've had to do is to clear myself and get my logical mind out of the mix, and that critic that sits there saying, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know how to do this, what makes you think you can do this, who do you think you are, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it goes on and on and on. Why are you using that color? Nobody would do that, you know? And it's like, what are you thinking? And it was learning how to quiet that voice that wants to stop us.
Yeah.
So that I could allow to come through me what needs to be painted through me. And I'm very honored and humbled that I can do this. And that it's not just me, okay, that I'm really working with the spirits and doing God's work in the world. And one of the ways that I do it is through my paintings and allowing that to come into the world, because it can only come in through me the way it can come in through me. Nobody else can do that. They can do theirs. But what I'm doing in conjunction with the angels who work with me is unique. And that's what gives me tremendous pleasure, is sharing that and bringing that particular kind of joy into the world.